Welcome back, my fiends. Today, we shall talk about poisoning. Not the best way to kill someone, but it definitely has its upsides. Now, for the initial poisoning, I've always enjoyed Drapion. In a 6v6 battle, I can make him into a pretty decent tank. He can get his toxic spikes up and typically poison the other Pokemon before he meets his unforgettable end. But once you do your job, that's all it comes down to, right? Now, looking at Drapion, you can see that he has 110 in defense, not bad. 75 in special defense, so he's kind of lacking, and a little bit low on HP. So he's not going to be like one of these mega tanks that continuously you can't kill. Now, as for this is the best part of him. He is weak to ground. I said it. He has the same amount of weaknesses as he has immunities. He also has 4 different types that he's strong against. Can't really complain. Now, that's a 5-to-1 ratio on weak to strong. On top of this, his move pool is pretty dang decent. So if you can kind of do what you want with him. You could make him into that physical attacker, or you can use him as setups like I do. But what's the whole point of this is how I like to poison people. Now, he doesn't have much for egg moves. Okay, I can deal with that. But when you look at Drapion, does he scream poison dark to you? He looks more like a bug poison, probably. I've had people hit me with psychics trying to kill him before. I've also had people try to burn me alive. Okay. Most people, when they are battling you on a ranked battle, they'll look at your Pokemon and determine what it is without looking it up. I know basically a lot of Pokemon types, but if I actually did run across one I didn't know, I would look it up. I haven't had to do that in a really long time, but yeah. Ash has his Pokédex. We have Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia is one of my favorite sites for gathering information about Pokemon. It's really nicely organized, and I just find it very helpful to me. Now, back to Drapion, though. If you look what they want you to do with Drapion, this is Smogon again. Give them credit for what they did. This is just their opinion on what they want to do. They want to Life Orb him, Sniper, Jolly, make him fast. Jolly, Sniper, Choice Ban. Oh, they actually have a tank set. But look at that. On his tank set, there's not much. There's no similarities except for one move. I can understand where they're coming from. They're definitely trying to turn him into a special tank. But Drapion has so much potential. You can totally go and do one of these strategies with him. Go Life Orb, give him Swords Dance, give him Poison Jab, give him Earthquake Crunch, and it will work. But typically when people are battling you, they're looking for these type of strategies. These cookie cutter strategies that you see online. If you can find your setup online, most likely someone's going to expect it. Now, what I personally chose to do was something different with this one. I started using this last gen. It still works perfectly fine for me, except it got slightly modified. Now, for the item, Black Sludge, because he can actually take a hit and survive and regenerate his life back. So Black Sludge, Battle Armor to prevent crits, because the worst thing that could happen to you is you baton pass to him to just kind of set up and annoy, and next thing you know, they critical and kill you. Now, as for a move set, I have toxic and toxic spikes. The point of this is I want to get my 2 sets of toxic spikes up so they're badly poisoned. Now, that means every Pokemon that is on the ground will be badly poisoned when they come into the field. But what about that Pokemon that's in front of you right now that's hitting you? Kind of need to get poison off on that, right? That's what Toxic's for. He's gonna put that that damage on him, so he'll deal as much damage as he possibly can. And my old standby for a tank. If I can have a tank with this, I'm going to use it. Knockoff. If you remove their item, they are not going to enjoy it. Mainly when it's stab. And he doesn't even need that much boost to his attack to cause a little bit of damage with this. Now, say you got your 2 sets of toxic spikes up, you toxiced him, you knocked off its item. Well, there's not much stopping you from poison jabbing. And because of its extra damage from them being poisoned, you're pretty well off. Like I said, if I was to use this, it would be with a Drift Bloom combo. So I would go minimize, minimize, minimize. Again, this isn't for Smogon. This is for ranked battles. Get your minimizes off. Get 3 stockpiles and baton pass to him. Now, he is going to get an extreme defense boost. He's not going to get hit very often, and he's going to regenerate life, which will give him the advantage in this play. So, with this setup, you just created a monster that they're going to have some type of ground type Pokemon to come into this, and he'll be avoiding most of the attacks, and that ground type Pokemon is going to be poisoned badly. So it's going to die before it gets the kill off on Drapion. He is a very strong Pokemon, but the biggest issue with ranked battles is people know the common cookie cutter strategies. If you're not playing something different, they know what you're going to do and they're going to be able to predict you. If they can't predict you, you have a higher chance of winning the battle. It is a very, very, very important to try to be unpredictable. Now, there is another possibility for this, and if you're not too worried about toxicing the first Pokemon that comes out, you could replace Toxic with Swords Dance. But that will give you plus 6 on avoidance, plus 3 on defense, on both defenses, and you can go up to a plus 6 attack. You just created an ultimate threat that can sweep someone's team. And they can't stop you. If this setup happens and you're at over half life, you are going to go through their team. You will have knockoff and you will have poison jab. There is nothing that can survive that. And as long as you haven't lost any Pokemon, they're going to end up with all the damage on their side. You're going to win that battle. Hope you enjoyed this. And remember, just because you poison your friend doesn't mean you're not poison. Just because you poison your friend doesn't mean you're not friends anymore.